a presentation of Arkansas Sports Radio, KASR, and also on Creative Sports Television Network presents Greenbrier Panther Boys Basketball. As tonight, we have the Greenbrier Panthers taking on the Vilonia Eagles. And tonight's game is brought to you by Car Cove, Arkansas, Greenbrier Collision Center, Rowan McNutt Funeral Homes, and by Shorty's Restaurant. And greetings, everybody. This is Josh Harrison here at Panther Pavilion on the campus of Greenbrier High School. Let's go down the floor with public address announcer Ross Burgess with the starting lineups. And there's your starting lineups. Again, starting for the Vilonia Eagles, number 3, Austin Messer. Number 5, Cody Brewer. Number 21, Seth Gordon. 22, Trevor Martin. 33, and Sean Talbert. And the starters for Greenbrier is number 12, Neil Burcham. Also starting number 23, and Jordan Crank, number 4. And that's John Mark Rowden. 24 is Austin White, and 50 is Matt Kane. So there's your starting lineups as we're about set to get ready for this tip-off between Greenbrier and Vilonia. For both teams, they're both, one is in the 7th place, one in the 8th place before tonight's game in the 5A West Conference, so a big game for both teams coming up. We're glad you joined us. Should be an exciting one here at Panther Pavilion at Greenbrier High School. Burcham, he'll jump against Talbert. Here's the tip-off. It's won by Greenbrier. Now here's Austin White. He will give it over to John Mark Rowden. This first half, Greenbrier will go from your right to your left on the radio dial. And for Vilonia, they'll go from your left to your right. Also, this game is on the Creative Sports Television Network. Here with it is Rowden back over to White. Now here is Crank with it. Driving inside, here's Rowden going for a while. The layup shot, no good, but looks like it'll be a foul called against Vilonia. For the Eagles, that will be their first team foul. And first personal for Austin Messer. So at the free throw line will be Rowden, John Mark Rowden, 2 free throws. His first one is good. He'll have one more coming up here. Here comes his next free throw. And good again. And it's now an early 2-point lead for Greenbrier. Now here's Messer, tries to bring it across the floor. Now Brewer over to Martin. Now Messer with it, away from top of the key. Greenbrier looks like they pop back in the zone defense. 3-2. Outside to Brewer at the right wing. Now over to Martin, back to Brewer. He drives inside. Cuts back out. Here's a 3 for Messer. No good. Rebound by Matt Kane. Now here comes Rowden. He brings it across here to midcourt. Over to White. Now here's Crank. Burcham trying to find room inside. Now it's an opening, and here's a layup. No good for Crank. Rebound by Kane. His shot up is no good. And the ball go out of bounds. Looks like we have a little bit of pushing match, and looks like it stays with the Panthers. Early going, 6:47 left to go in this first period of play. Crank will throw it in along the baseline. Throws it across. Now here's Rowden with it. Dribbles over to his left. And Greenbrier with it. Here's a 3 for Rowden, and short, no good. And the ball looks like it'll try to roll out of bounds, but Greenbrier tries to save it. But it goes to Vilonia. 6:26 left to go in this first period. Now here's Messer. Brings across here to midcourt. Early 2-0 lead for Greenbrier. Outside of Brewer. Back over to Messer, 7 screen. Was Gordon. Here's a 3 by Martin, and no good. Rebound by Crank. Now he will bring it across here by himself. Left elbow position, he controls it. Trying to find somebody to go inside. Here's Kane with it. Kane squares up, back outside. Here's White. White's jump shot is up and good. White's first bucket. Now it's 4-0 for Greenbrier. Messer with it. Back out to Brewer. Cody Brewer with it. Now Messer again. Right in. Now with it is Seth Gordon. Thought front to go. Here's a jump shot by Talbert. No good. Now for the rebound, it'll be Rowden. Down the floor to Burcham. Here's Burcham right side to go for a long layup. Good. Burcham's first layup shot. 6-0 for Greenbrier. Going inside, they kick it out. Left wing, here's a 3 here by Martin, and good. Trevor Martin's first 3. 6-3, down to a 3-point lead. Here is Burcham. Kicks it back out to White. Now with it is Rowden. Back over to Burcham. Over the Crank. Back outside. Penetrate. Now they try to go inside of Kane, but it's deflected, and now looks like here's Vilonia trying to bring across the floor, and looks like to be a foul. 6:40 left to go in this first period. For Greenbrier, that will be their first team foul. First personal for Burcham. Brewer will throw it in. Now he'll give it over to Messer. Here is Austin Messer with it. Back to Brewer. Brewer with it again, goes inside, kicks it out. Left wing, here's a 3 for Martin, and good. Second 3 for Martin, and this game is tied at 6-all. Now here is Rowden with the basketball for the Panthers. But so far he's been taking up the floor. Usually it's Burcham. Now Kane with it. Inside of Burcham. Burcham spins around. Goes it for a tough one-hand shot. No good. Next shot no good. The rebound and putting it up no good for Kane. Now here comes Vilonia with it. Down the floor. Here is Martin. He thought about the 3. He'll drive inside. Pass it out. Here's a 3 now for Messer. No good. Down for the rebound. And now with it is Martin. Goes back up Talbot. Talbot's 3. This time it's no good. Rebound for Kane. Now give it to Rowden. Rowden brings it across. Now Peters back out to White. Here's the jump shot. Good here for Rowden. And now it's back to a 2-point lead for Greenbrier. Talbot with it, goes inside for a tough layup shot, and no good, but won't count anyway because he'll travel with it. Gives it back to Greenbrier. We have a substitution coming in for the Panthers, be 33, and Trent Burden. Looks like we'll have a substitution for Vilonia. Coming in, be number 15, Nick Schnulleben. So now here is Rowden with it, bringing across here to midcourt. As we come down, 3 minutes left to go in this first period. They go inside. Here is Burden. His layup is good. They go inside real quickly to Trent Burden, and he found room and went up for a layup shot. 10-6, 4-point lead for the Panthers. Right wing, Schnulleben. Over to Talbot. Talbot finding room, going for a tough shot. No good. Rebound by Burcham. Neal pushes it up the floor over to Austin White. Top of the key. Rowden, he's wide open. His 3 is short, no good. Rebound by Talbot. And that time Burcham tried to go for a steal, but unsuccessful. Here is Vilonia keeping control of it. They cross over to the left side, back out. Schnulleben, he kicks it out to Messer. Now here's Brewer with it. Outside now. And here's going for shot with Schnulleben. Man, looks like he's going to be fouled. for Greenbrier. That will be their second team foul. First personal for Seth Peters. First free throw is no good. Schnullben will have one more. His second free throw is good here. He gets on the board with his first point. And now it's 10-7. Crank will come in for Rowden and give him a little bit of a break. So Bertram, he controls the basketball for Greenbrier. Takes his time, bring it across here to midcourt. Now Peters with it back to White. Crank now. Backs away. Now over to Trent Burton. He penetrates inside. Dunk tries to go inside and give that to Peters. Ball is dropped and tie up. Jump ball. Possession arrow. We'll give it to Vilonia. Right across here to midcourt now with it is Brewer. Back to Talbot. Over to Messer at the left elbow position. Brings across. They go inside. Here's a shot by Martin. And bounced around a couple times. No good. Rebound by Bertram. He'll push it up the floor. Now those are across to his left to White. White along the baseline. Pumps. His next shot is no good. Going with the rebound will be Talbot for Vilonia. And he'll give it over to Brewer. Over to Martin, right side of the go. His jump shot short, no good. He'll get the rebound, go for another shot, and no good, but it looks like we're going to have a foul here. Under a minute left to go. For Greenbrier, will be their third team foul. First personal for Jordan Crank. So Bertram will come out of the game for a little bit. Coming in his place will be Cody Harmon. Going inside, here's a layup. It is up and good for Seth Gordon, his first bucket. 1 point lead for Greenbrier, 10-9. Crank, White back to Jordan Crank. Goes over to the right, penetrates inside, goes up for a tough layup shot. No good. Rebound that time by Martin. Trevor Martin brings across to the midcourt. Now here's Brewer. Brewer back to Martin here. Back to Talbot. Talbot goes over to his right inside three-point line. He goes for a jump shot. Strong, no good. Rebound by Verdon. Now here's Crank with it. Out to Harmon. Back up to Seth Peters. Now here's Austin White. Goes inside. Back out to Crank. Now Harmon at the left end. Goes for a tough shot. At the buzzer. No good. And now end our first period of play. End of one. Our score, it is the Greenbrier Panthers 10 and the Vilonia Eagles 9. We'll take this break, but we'll be back with more of your second period of play as you're listening to Greenbrier Panther boys basketball on Arkansas Sports Radio and also on the Creative Sports Television Network.
Funeral homes are here to help your family honor the life of a loved one with a fitting tribute, a celebration of your loved one's life, a thoughtful service that brings family and friends together to share the memories of a lifetime of love.
A lifetime of love.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect.
Who says it's too cold to play baseball?
Not me, John. I've got my glove, my bat, and I'm ready to go.
Well, Mike, let's get going. Down to Jupiter, Florida, where the sun's shining and the birds are singing.
John, these birds are swinging.
It's a slam! Yadier's second. Folks, join us live this season for Cardinal Spring Training action live from Jupiter, Florida, here on the Cardinal Radio Network.
I love the game of baseball, so I enjoy going to spring training, and I enjoy the drills, and I enjoy a spring training game. And I get nervous if we have a one-run lead in the ninth inning in spring training.
And welcome back to action here. Going inside real quickly. Here is Greenbrier, and the shot is up and good as that shot was made by Seth Peters, his first bucket. And now Greenbrier has a 3-point lead, 12-9. Now here is Martin with it. He'll give it to Brewer. Cody Brewer, right elbow position. Now back outside to Talbert. Now over to Gordon. Martin with it. Penetrates inside. Goes back across. Versus outside. Here's a shot up off the left. No good. Rebound by Harmon. Now here is Crank. Jordan Crank brings across here down the floor. Over to Trent Verdon. Across inside. Here is Austin White. Tough layup shot. No good. It's blocked by Vilonia. Ball goes out of bounds, but last touch by the Eagles. So Greenbrier had the ball here. And it's a little bit into 1 minute in this second period of play. Crank looks to throw it in here. Goes across. Here is Verdon. Back over to White. Austin White away from top of the key. Now he'll give it over to Crank. They go inside. Verdon back outside to White. Going up for a shot, no good for Harmon, but he's going to be fouled that time as he's being triple teamed. For Vilonia, that will be their second team foul. First personal for Sean Talbert. So 2 free throws for Coach Harmon. As he signed last week a letter of intent to play college baseball for Lyon College University. His first free throw is up and no good. He'll have one more free throw. Reminder, less than a month away, high school baseball starts in the state of Arkansas. Next free throw for Harmon is good this time. So Harmon gets on the board with his first point, and now it's 13-9, 4-point lead for the Panthers. Now with it is Austin Messer with it. Top of the key, being guarded by Rowden. Back to Sean Ben, over to Brewer. Brewer penetrates inside the right side to go. His one shot, no good. Ball will roll out of bounds. So now Vilonia will have the ball. The ball is knocked away, and now picking up the loose ball will be Rowden for Greenbrier. Brings it down the floor. Left wing now to Peters. Back cross. Harmon penetrates inside. Long layup. It's good. Cole Harmon now with 3 points. And now Greenbrier has built up a little bit of a lead as they have a 6-point lead, 15-9. There's a timeout on the floor with 6:11 left to go in this second period. Our score, it is the Greenbrier Panthers 15 and the Vilonia Eagles 9. You're listening to 5A high school basketball, senior boys basketball on the Creative Sports Television Network and KASR.
Looking for pre-owned 2000 up good and clean four-wheelers, SUVs, Lexus, and Corvettes? Carco of Arkansas on Highway 65 at Greenbrier is your complete used car dealer. Financing available with approved credit. Come by and see Eric Turner, the owner, at 38 South Broadview, Highway 65 in Greenbrier today, where you can get a great deal on a great price, or give Eric a call today at 679-7336. Carco of Arkansas, big supporters of the Greenbrier Panthers and Conway Wampus Cats.
Fumbles the ball. Bulldogs recover.
Kicks it off left side. A three on the way. Good.
Drifting back. It is. Out of here.
Hi, this is Steve Ellis, inviting you to join Anthony Craven and myself every weekday afternoon at 5 on Arkansas Sports Radio KASR for Southeastern Drive Time. Whether it's football, basketball, or baseball, we'll bring you all the news and info from the Southeastern Conference. That's SDT, weekdays at 5 on Arkansas Sports Radio KASR.
And back to action, and here is Vilonia with basketball. And 5:20 left to go in his first half. Vilonia looks to throw it in here. Here's Martin at the right wing, and he'll fall down to the floor, and looks like he's going to be fouled with 5:17. For Greenbrier, that looks like to be their fourth team foul. Second personal for Austin Messer. Messer looks to throw it in. Now he'll give it over to, looks like that's Brewer. Gordon back out to Messer. His three is short and no good. It rolls top of the backboard, and it'll be out of bounds. So Greenbrier now with it. 5:10 left to go in the second period. Now Burcham back to Kane, back to Burcham. Greenbrier's up by 7. Looks like a pretty good first half so far for Greenbrier, but Vilonia standing tough. Here's Trent Verdon. Back out to White. White goes inside, going for a shot, no good, but he'll be fouled. For Vilonia, that will be their third team foul. Second personal for Austin Messer. So Austin White, free throw line for Greenbrier. His first one is no good. Next free throw for him is good here. He now has 3 points, and now it's 19-11. And it's an 8-point lead for Greenbrier. They kick it out. Here is Gordon. Back over to Brewer. Now Messer around away from top of the key. Ball is stolen. Burcham, he'll throw it inside to Rowden, and Rowden tries to bring it down there to the floor, but can't handle it as it's underneath the goal. But it looks like it'll still stay with the Panthers. 4:30 left to go in this first half. Burcham will throw it along the baseline. Now give it to Verdon. Back out top to Rowden. Over to Verdon. Rowden backs away here. Burcham with it. He'll take a long NBA three, and good. Neil Burcham hit a big three that time. He has 5 points. Looks like we're going to have another timeout. So with 4:16 left to go in the second period, our score now it is the Greenbrier Panthers 22 and the Vilonia Eagles 11. You're listening to 5A High School Senior Boys Basketball on CSN.
This is Marissa Flores at Shorty's in downtown Conway. That's Shorty's. I love working at Shorty's, where you can get the best burgers, fries, and shakes in Central Arkansas. Come to Shorty's for the best service in town. For the best of burgers on the universe, see Brooke, Aaron, Lisa, Wayne, Keith, and of course me, Marissa. So come see me, Marissa, and the gang at Shorty's, 1101 Hartrider in Conway. Shorty's, where you get more food and hometown service.
Preparations for the 2011 season are underway. Hello, everyone. I'm Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney, inviting you to follow the Redbirds this offseason on the U.S. Cellular Hot Stove League show. Kevin Wheeler and Mike Claiborne will have the very latest news on the Cards' push to get back to the playoffs. Hear from a variety of special guests, including General Manager John Mozeliak, Manager Tony La Russa, Cardinals coaches and players. And I'll bet you'll even hear from the voice of the Cardinals, Mike Shannon. The U.S. Cellular Hot Stove League show airs at special times this week, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network.
And back to action, and it looks like one had the ball, and it'll be a foul. Now they throw it in real quickly. Left wing, here's a three, and good for Messer, his first three. And now it is 22-14. Here's Greenbrier with the basketball. Rowden back over to Verdon. They go inside of Kane. Kane punts. The next try is up and no good, but he's going to be fouled. And that will be the fourth team foul for Vilonia. Second personal for Sean Talbert. Matt Kane to free throw line. He's still looking for his first point tonight. His first free throw is no good, but he'll have one more coming up here. Here comes the next free throw. This time it is good. Now it's 23-14. Panthers control a 9-point lead. Brewer. Right wing now to Martin. Back outside to Messer. Now here's Schnulleben for a big three. It is no good. Rebound this time for Verdon. He'll give it up to Austin White. Here's White with it. Goes inside. A little bit of collision, and it looks like there'll be a foul. Be a foul against Vilonia, and it looks like that'll be their 15th foul. First personal for Nick Schnulleben. Free throw is up and good for what? He now has 4 points. He'll have one more free throw. His next one this time is good here. He nails both free throws. He now has 5 points. And now Greenbrier has an 11-point lead, 25-14. Schnulleben at the right wing. He dribbles across from the goal in the paint. Back outside to Messer. Now with it is Martin. Martin, a little bit of collision here, and looks like it'll be a foul against Vilonia for a foul against Greenbrier. For the Panthers, that will be their 16th foul, first personal for Austin White. Schnulleben throws it in. Messer over to Talbert. Talbert in pressure, tries to come with a layup. No good. Rebound by Kane. Now gives it up to White. Now here is Burcham now. Back out and top the key now to Verdon. Back to Burcham. Backs away. Now Rowden controls it as we come down with 2.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Burcham with it. Out to Verdon again, top the key, over to White. Throw it across left wing. Along the baseline here is Rowden, but it goes in the hands of Kane. His shot is up, no good. Loose ball, it's saved now by Verdon. Underneath Kane, his layup is good. Kane now has 3 points, and now it's 27-14. 13-point lead for the Panthers. Now with it, Schnulleben. Talbot at the right end of the goal. Back outside to Schnulleben. He's trying to find some room here. Goes back out to Talbot. Right wing, his three is short, no good. Rebound that time is Martin. His layup shot is good. And Trevor Martin now has 8. Now it's 27-16. There's Austin White. Back to Rowden. Burcham now with it. Now he will go for a shot and good. Neil Burcham that time around the free throw line. Hit that field goal. He now has 7. Now it's 29-16. Back to a 13-point lead for Greenbrier. Brewer. Over to Messer. Here's Schnulleben. Right over position. Back out to Martin. He will take a 3 here and good. Third three-pointer made by Trevor Martin. He now has a total of 11 points to lead his team. Now it's 10-point lead for Greenbrier. 29-19. Driving inside is Austin White. Back out to Burcham. Neil Burcham with it. Over now to Rowden. Rowden trying to find some open area. Now he'll pass it to Burcham. Back to White. Now Verdon now. Inside of Kane. Kane turns around, being 1-on-1 guarded. His shot is up and no good. Rebound. Here comes Vilonia with it. Here's Messer. 30 seconds left to go in the first half. She'll be in at the right wing. Back out to Brewer. Brewer penetrates. His layup is no good. Rebound by Rowden. John Mark Rowden brings it across the floor now. 10 seconds left. Greenbrier looks like he'll take the last shot. Here's Austin White. 5 seconds. Over. Here's a three for Rowden. It's air ball, no good. And here's Vilonia. Throwing in the hole. Holy cow! Throwing it full court, and he will hit that three-pointer. And it will count. What about that shot? That was some sweet shot. As going up for a three was John Mark Rowden, getting the rebound and throwing across all the way and hitting it in for that incredible shot. And we're at halftime. Our halftime score, it is the Greenbrier Panthers 29 and the Vilonia Eagles 22. We'll take this break and be back with more. You're listening to Class 5A Senior Boys Basketball on CSN. 19 points, and for Vilonia, they scored a total. Taking a look at what we have here, as they scored about 13 points. So Greenbrier outscored Vilonia 19 to 13. So taking a look at the first individual team statistics, or scoring statistics individually. Leading scorer at the half for Vilonia was Trevor Martin, as he had a total of 11 points. 3 3-pointers. Also on scoring, Austin Messer with 3-pointer, 3 points. Seth going to the bucket with 2. Sean Talbert, he had a field goal, but before that buzzer went off, he had a full court last second shot that went in, as you saw, as he has 5 points. And also Nick Shullivan, he was 1 out 2 from the free throw line with 1 point for the Vilonia Eagles. Now for the Greenbrier Panthers, their leading scorer at the half, Neil Bertram. He had 1 3-pointer, a couple of field goals, had 7 points. Also scoring John Mark Rowden. He was 2 out 2 from the free. Still waiting after this concludes for both teams to come back out of the locker room. And for Greenbrier, they've been leading this game. They're up by 1 point in 1 period of play. Second period of play, they started building the lead. Starting some 3-point shots, but nothing compares to that big three that helped Vilonia at the half by Sean Talbot with that, after getting the rebound underneath the goal on Vilonia's side of the floor, throwing it for a last-second 3-point shot and banked it in. I mean, that's one of those shots you hardly ever see in high school basketball, but you saw it here. And looks like the little dribblers are about done playing, and we'll be waiting for both teams to come back on the floor. Taking a look at the conference standings before tonight's game.
So come see me, Marissa, and the gang at Shorty's, 1101 Hardrider in Conway. Shorty's, where you get more food and hometown service.
Preparations for the 2011 season are underway. Hello, everyone. I'm Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney, inviting you to follow the Redbirds this offseason on the U.S. Cellular Hot Stove League show. Kevin Wheeler and Mike Claiborne will have the very latest news on the Cards' push to get back to the playoffs. Hear from a variety of special guests, including General Manager John Mozeliak, Manager Tony La Russa, Cardinals coaches and players. And I'll bet you'll even hear from the voice of the Cardinals, Mike Shannon. The U.S. Cellular Hot Stove League show.
And back to action here, and here is Vilonia with the basketball. And looks like it'll be a turnover and gives it back over to Greenbrier as the Panthers in this second half go from your left to your right as they'll move the ball. Vice versa for Vilonia. Greenbrier trying to build on their 7-point lead. Here's Burcham. Back out top to Rowden. Now here's Burcham with it. He'll fall to the floor. Saving it will be John Mark Rowden. He'll back away here. Now here's Kane, top of the key. Inside, underneath the goal. Now waiting his time and going for a shot. It's good for Jordan Crank, his first bucket. And now our score is 31-22. 9-point lead for Greenbrier. Now here's Vilonia with it. Here is Brewer. Being guarded by Crank. Brewer atop the key. Off to the right to Messer. Messer drives to his left. Finds Savati. Open is for a second was Martin. Martin will drive inside, and it looks like that time Trevor Martin will be caught with a charge. For Vilonia, be their first team foul, first personal for Trevor Martin. Here's Rowden, brings across here to midcourt. Out to the right to Crank. Back over with it. Now here is Kane. Back over to Rowden. Mercham now to Austin White. Over to Kane, back outside. All about three is Rowden. He'll give it over to Crank, back to Burcham. Burcham at the right elbow position, being guarded by Brewer. Back over to White. They go inside to Kane. Kane pumps. The next shot is up and no good. Going for the rebound was Talbert, and looks like Kane's going to be caught with a foul. So for Greenbrier will be their first team foul. First personal for Matt Kane. Martin will throw it in. Now here's Messer. Brings it across here to midcourt. Now here is Brewer, top the key. Trying to find some room, back to Martin. Here's Martin, back out to Gordon. Here's Seth Gordon, over to Talbert. Talbert being guarded by Burcham. Pass inside, real quick layup, no good. Next try, no good also. Rebound by Greenbrier. Here is Rowden. He'll bring it down the midcourt, over to White. Back open. Here's a three for Jordan Crank. It's no good. Rebound by Brewer. Here comes the Eagles. Brewer drives. Dumps over to Martin, or to Gordon, and over to Martin. Martin goes up for a shot. Ball goes out of bounds, and that'll be a foul called against Greenbrier. For the Panthers, be their second team foul, second personal for Austin White. So here's Martin. His free throw is good. Next free throw for Trevor Martin. Next free throw for Martin, and no good this time. Picking up the loose ball will be Burden. Now here is Burcham. He'll bring it across here to midcourt. Over to Rowden. Rowden over to Burcham. Burcham thought about the three. He backs away. He goes up for a three-point shot. No good. Rebound by Talbot. Here is Messer with it. Bring it across here down the floor. Tries a little short little pass. Loose ball. Still loose on the floor. And a top jump ball. Possession arrow gives it back to Greenbrier. So Burcham will throw it in for the Panthers. He'll throw it down the floor. Now here is Crank. Back to Verdon. Rowden with it. Here's Verdon away from top of the key position. Burcham with it. One of the most talented players on this Greenbrier team. And also becoming pretty famous around the state. Not just for his football ability, but his basketball shooting ability also. Here is Crank. He will put a three-pointer here. And good! Jordan Crank with that big three. He now has 5 points, and it's now 34-23. Right wing. Martin thought about three. He goes inside. His shot is up and no good. Gordon with the rebound, kicks it back out. Messer over to Talbot. Talbot's field goal shot is no good here. Rebound by Verdon. Back over to Burcham. Burcham brings cross here to midcourt. Burcham goes inside, and looks like Neal's going to be fouled. So for Vilonia, that will be their second team foul. Third personal for Austin Messer. So Code Harmon will come back in the game with substitution as he'll come in for Austin White. Also in the game will be Nick Schnuelben. Looks like Neal's looking for somebody to give it to or throw it to. Now he'll pass it to Verdon, back over to Harmon. So Harmon circles around top of the key. They throw it across to Burcham. Inside now. Back out. Left wing along the baseline. Code Harmon goes for a one-handed shot and good. 3-6 shooting by Code Harmon that time. He now has 8 points. And now it's 36-23. Looks like there'll be a timeout on the floor. 3:28 left to go in the third period. Our score, it is the Greenbrier Panthers 36 and the Vilonia Eagles 23. You're listening to Class 5A Senior Boys High School Basketball on CSN.
A lifetime of love. You lived a lifetime of love.
Roller Funeral Homes are here to help your family honor the life of a loved one with a fitting tribute, a celebration of your loved one's life, a thoughtful service that brings family and friends together to share the memories of a lifetime of love.
A lifetime of love.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect.
Who says it's too cold to play baseball?
Not me, John. I've got my glove, my bat, and I'm ready to go.
Well, Mike, let's get going. Down to Jupiter, Florida, where the sun's shining and the birds are singing.
John, these birds are swinging.
It's a slam! Yadier second. Folks, join us live this season for Cardinal spring training action live from Jupiter, Florida, here on the Cardinal Radio Network.
I love the game of baseball, so I enjoy going to spring training, and I enjoy the drills, and I enjoy spring training games. And I get nervous if we have a one-run lead in the ninth inning in spring training.
Back to action. Here is Vilonia with the basketball. And now with it, controlling it now is Brewer. Back over with it is number 21 and Gordon. Over to Schnuelben. He's the left side of the goal. About lost control. It regains control. Goes back out to Brewer. Brewer backs away. Back to Schnuelben. Inside of Talbot. Talbot in trouble. Back out. But it's intercepted here. Here is Seth Peters all the way. His layup is good. Peters now has 4. 38-23 is our score. Gordon back outside to Schnuelben, top of the key. Over is Brewer. Brewer dribbles to his right, throws it across here. Driving inside, reversing back out. Now here is Harmon, Code Harmon. Over to Martin. Now Talbot, top of the key. Outside, here's Brewer. Brewer trying to find some room. Back over to Martin. Trevor Martin controlling it. Leading scorer for Vilonia so far. Now here's Talbot. Been double team. His shot is up. Stripped away. Now with it was Trent Verdon. They say he'll travel with it and turns it back over to Vilonia. Austin Metz looks like he's going to come back in the game. And looks like Greenbrier's going to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout also. Exactly 2 minutes left to go in the third period. Our score, the Greenbrier Panthers 38 and the Vilonia Eagles 23. You're listening to Class 5A High School Senior Boys Basketball on CSN.
GCC is the place to take your vehicle when it's a disgrace. New paint, new parts is just the start. Friendly professional service is the art. GCC is all you need to put you back in the driver's seat. GCC proudly supports the Greenbrier Panthers. Woo!
And back to action. Here we are. Here is Vilonia with the basketball. Gordon throws it back out top. Now working with it is number 5 and Brewer. Back over to Martin. Martin been double teamed. Back to Talbert. There's Sean Talbert. Now he'll go back to Messer. Messer with it around top of the key. Driving inside. Kicking it back out to Gordon, back to Martin. Here's Martin with being guarded by Harmon. Martin drives to his right, stops, back outside. And it looks like we'll have a foul away from the ball. This foul will be against Greenbrier, and for them, that will be their third team foul, first personal for Code Harmon. Austin White, he'll come in for Harmon. Throwing it real quickly. Here's a jump shot right side of the goal. Bounce around a couple times, and it'll fall in good for Trevor Martin. He now has 14 points, and it's now 38-25. 13-point lead for the Panthers. Now here is White with it. Back to Rowden. Squaring up is Verdon now. Trent Verdon drives inside, stops for a tough layup shot, and is good. Not really a layup, but a field goal shot as he held the ball back much as he could before being blocked, but he nails the shot. He now has 4 points, and now it's 40-25, our score. Vilonia with it. Here is Martin, drives to his left in the paint, goes up for a one-handed shot. It is no good. Rebound by Trent Verdon. Now he'll pass it to Burcham. Neal will take his time, bring it across here to midcourt. Not much scoring for Neal Burcham, just 7 points, but that's probably helpful for this team for Greenbrier, taking the pressure away from him. Burcham usually averages around 20 points a game, 20 to 25. He'll stop. He'll go for a jump shot. Air ball. Trying to save it is Seth Peters, but it looks like he stepped out of bounds accidentally, but that will end our third period of play. In the 3 periods, our score, it is the Greenbrier Panthers 40 and the Vilonia Eagles 25. We'll take this break. Be back with your final period of play. You're listening to 5A High School Senior Boys Basketball on CSN.
For pre-owned 2000 up good and clean four-wheelers, SUVs, Lexus, and Corvettes, Carco of Arkansas on Highway 65 to Greenbrier is your complete used car dealer. Financing available with approved credit. Come by and see Eric Turner, the owner, at 38 South Broadview, Highway 65 in Greenbrier today, where you can get a great deal on a great price, or give Eric a call today at 679-7336. Carco of Arkansas, big supporters of the Greenbrier Panthers and Conway Wampus Kids.
Fumbles the ball. Bulldogs recover.
Kicks it off left side. A 3 on the way. Good.
Drifting back. Get it. Out of here.
Hi, this is Steve Ellis, inviting you to join Anthony Craven and myself every weekday afternoon at 5 on Arkansas Sports Radio KASR for Southeastern Drive Time. Whether it's football, basketball, or baseball, we'll bring you all the news and info from the Southeastern Conference. That's SDT. Weekdays at 5 on Arkansas Sports Radio KASR.
And here we go, starting the fourth quarter. Here is Vilonia with it. They try to work with it. Now trying for the steal with Neil Burcham. He had it for a second, but lost control of it. But Messer picked it up, and it looks like Messer will draw the foul for Vilonia. So for Greenbrier, that will be their fourth team foul, third personal for Seth Peters. Third period, Greenbrier outscored Vilonia 11-3. And on with it is Messer away from top of the key, being guarded by Rowden. Off to the right to Martin. Trevor Martin with it. Drives to his left. Kicks it out. Here's a jump shot, a field goal, and good for Sean Talbert. He now has 7. Now it's 40-27. John Mark Rowden trying to work it away from his own end of the court. And being double teamed, and looks like that time Coach Johnson calls a timeout at the right time, so looks like we're going to have another timeout. 7:09 remaining, our score. It is the Greenbrier Panthers 40 and the Vilonia Eagles 27. You're listening to Class 5A High School Senior Boys Basketball on CSN.
This is Marissa Flores at Shorty's in downtown Conway. That's Shorty's. I love working at Shorty's where you can get the best burgers, fries, and shakes in Central Arkansas. Come to Shorty's for the best service in town. For the best of burgers on the universe, see Brooke, Aaron, Lisa, Wayne, Keith, and of course me, Marissa. So come see me, Marissa, and the gang at Shorty's, 1101 Hardrider in Conway. Shorty's, where you get more food and hometown service.
Preparations for the 2011 season are underway. Hello, everyone. I'm Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney, inviting you to follow the Redbirds this offseason on the U.S. Cellular Hot Stove League show. Kevin Wheeler and Mike Claiborne will have the very latest news on the Cards' push to get back to the playoffs. Hear from a variety of special guests, including General Manager John Mozeliak, Manager Tony La Russa, Cardinals coaches and players. And I'll bet you'll even hear from the voice of the Cardinals, Mike Shannon. The U.S. Cellular Hot Stove League show airs at special times this week, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Greenbrier with the basketball, having pressure, trouble bringing it across midcourt. Here's a shot inside, is up and no good for Austin White. He'll save it for the Panthers, kicks it back out. Now here is Rowden with it. Now Burcham over to Crank. Crank backs away. Back to Burcham. Now Nailed gives it over to White. Austin White being closely guarded by Gordon. White all the way inside. His left a little bit too strong. Down for the rebound. Looks like it'll be a foul against Greenbrier, jumping over the back. Foul that time. And for Greenbrier, it'll be their fifth team foul. First personal for Trent Verdon. So here's Austin Messer. Bringing across here to midcourt. Now to Brewer, back out to Talbot. Here's Sean Talbot, driving to his right, stopping now back to Messer. Right in to go to Gordon. Back to Talbot. Now Messer with it, being in pressure. Now to Brewer. Looks like Brewer, when he had it on top of the key, when he made that first step, it took too many, and it'll be a traveling call, and it turns it back over to Greenbrier. Bertram will throw it in to Rowden. Rowden brings it down the floor. Here is Neil Burcham. Burcham stops the ball, stripped away from Neil Burcham, and he will be fouled. For Vilonia, that will be their third team foul. Third personal for Sean Talbot. Going inside real quick, here's a shot from the goal. No good for Verdon, but he will be fouled as they threw it in real quickly. So a fourth team foul for the Eagles. And first personal for Seth Gordon. Verdon's first free throw is no good. He'll have another free throw attempt. His second one is no good also, so he misses both free throws. now here's Vilonia with it, bringing across the floor. Brewer. Now back to Messer. Back to Cody Brewer. Here's Brewer with it. Top of the key. Drives to his left. Back to Messer. Messer. Dump pass underneath. And here's a easy layup and good for Seth Gordon. He now has 4. And it's now 40-29. Crank a little bit of trouble. Now he'll give it to Rowden. Here's Verdon out to Burcham. Over to the left, to the right side of the goal and going for a shot, and it's blocked as Crank was going up for that shot, but looks like they're going to call a foul here, and it'll be the 15th foul for Vilonia. Second personal for Trevor Martin. 2 free throws coming up for Jordan Crank. So far tonight he has 5. First free throw is no good. Here comes Crank's next free throw attempt. And it is good here. Well, no good here, but the put in is up and good for Code Harmon. He now has 10. So now here is Talbot inside for Vilonia real quickly, and his shot is up and no good, and he'll draw the foul. And for Greenbrier, that will be their 16th foul. Second personal for Burcham. So before they can throw the ball in for Vilonia, before they can throw it in, it'll be a foul here. And that will give that foul to, trying to see they'll give this foul to, but for Greenbrier, that will be their 7th team foul. So now at the bonus will be Vilonia shooting them. Shooting a 1-and-1 will be Trevor Martin. Here's a free throw, and it is good for Martin. He now has 15. He'll have one more free throw after making that first one on the 1-and-1. As we had a new player just came in a while ago, we'll get to that in just a moment. But the next free throw is good for Martin. He now has 16. And Waldo coming in with Anthony Hecoop, a senior. So here is Neil Burcham with it. Looking to throw it on the floor. Now here's Jordan Crank with it. Pass to the left side, easy layup. It's good for Code Harmon. He now has 12. Now it's 44-31. Brewer back over to Martin. Martin at top of the key. He will take a tough three-pointer. Short, no good. Running it down and catching up with it is Rowden. Now goes to Burcham. Here's Neal being triple teamed. Out to Crank. Back outside, but looks like that time Kane will travel with it and gives it back to the Eagles. .4:17 remaining. And looks like we'll have a timeout taken. So with 4:17 left to go, our score is the Greenbrier Panthers 44 and the Vilonia Eagles 31. You're listening to Class 5A Senior Boys High School Basketball on CSN.
Roller Funeral Homes are here to help your family honor the life of a loved one with a fitting tribute, a celebration of your loved one's life, a thoughtful service that brings family and friends together to share the memories of a lifetime of love.
A lifetime of love.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect.
Who says it's too cold to play baseball?
Not me, John. I've got my glove, my bat, and I'm ready to go.
Well, Mike, let's get going. Down to Jupiter, Florida, where the sun's shining and the birds are singing.
John, these birds are swinging.
It's a slam! Yadier's second. Folks, join us live this season for Cardinal spring training action live from Jupiter, Florida, here on the Cardinal Radio Network.
I love the game of baseball, so I enjoy going to spring training, and I enjoy the drills, and I enjoy a spring training game. And I get nervous if we have a one-run lead in the ninth inning in spring training.
Here we go, back to action. Here's Vilonia with control of the basketball. Now Trevor Martin with it, driving with it, kicking out in front with the goal. Here is Cody Brewer with it, trying to find somebody to give it to. Now Messer drives to his right side. Now he'll dump it over. Going for a long three-point, but no, he'll fake the Greenbrier team out and go inside, and looks like there'll be a foul here with 3:50 remaining. For Greenbrier, that will be their 8th team foul, 3rd personal for Burcham. Free throw is good here for Seth Gordon. He now has 5. He'll have one more free throw. His next free throw here is no good. Burcham with a rebound for the Panthers. He'll try to give it to somebody, and it looks like Neal's going to be fouled with 3:43. So for Vilonia, just be their 6th team foul, 3rd personal for Trevor Martin. So Greenbrier not quite in the bonus yet. Burcham will throw it in to Harmon. Harmon's been the leading scorer tonight so far, and looks like the ball's knocked out of bounds. Still stays with the Panthers. Burcham with it, throws it inside to Rowden. John Mark Rowden pressure. Now here is Crank. Crank with it mid-court over to Harmon. Harmon tries to go inside, and looks like they're going to call that a traveling call. And now Vilonia will have it. 3:28 left to go. And Seth Peters, he'll come in for Code Harmon on the substitution. Here's Brewer, the right elbow position. Drives to his left, stops. Back over with it. Here's a 3. It's up and no good for Martin. Rebound by Kane. Now here's Burcham with it. Down the floor here to Crank. Over to Kane. Kane in a little bit of trouble, and he'll be fouled. So Vilonia, that'll be their 7th team foul, and now Greenbrier is in the bonus. That'll be the 4th personal foul for Martin. So Kane will be shooting a 1-and-1. This free throw is good. Kane now has 4 points. He'll have one more free throw. Next free throw. And it's good here. He now has 5. And it's now our score. It is 46-32. 3:04 remaining. Brewer brings across here to midcourt. Drives with it, kicks it back out to Messer. Now Talbot, top of the long three. He drives inside. A little bit tripped up. Back outside to Brewer. Off to the right. Here's a layup shot, and good for Gordon. He now has 7. Here's Rowden. Tries to bring across here to midcourt. Looking for help. Now here is Seth Peters. Over to Rowden now. He'll hold it for a second. Now he'll give it to Burcham. Back to Rowden. Down to Peters at the left wing. Back across. Burcham drives inside, kicks it back out. Looks like they're trying to play keep away, trying to burn some time off the clock. Burcham spins away, out of pressure, does it again. And looks like going to have a foul with 2:07. For Vilonia, that will be their 8th team foul. fourth personal for Sean Talbert. So far tonight, Neil Bertram has 7 points. He'll have 2 free throws coming up. His first attempt is good. Here comes his next attempt, and it is good here. He now has 9. Now 48-34 is our score. Driving with it. Kicking it back out. Here is Martin. Back over to Brewer. Cody Brewer with it. Now gives it over to Messer. Back to Talbert. Talbert thought about the 3 again. Now gives it over to Messer. Messer trying to get open for a shot. Over to Martin. Martin inside. And his layup is no good as it's partially tipped by Bertram. Rebound by Peters. Now he gives it to Bertram. Down the floor to Verdon. Back to Rowden. Right wing with it. Loose ball on the floor. It'll be a tie-up. Or they call a personal foul. Looks like it'll be a foul called against Vilonia. And that'll be a 19th foul for the Eagles and 5th personal for Sean Talbert. So he will foul out tonight with a total of 7 points on this game. In his place, they'll bring in number 44 and Anthony Haycoop. 1-1 free throw is up and good for Verdon. He now has 5. We'll have 1 more free throw. This next one is good again. He now has 6. Now it's 50-34. Here's Messer bringing across here down the floor. Now gives it over to Martin. Martin drives to his right, stops in the paint, goes for a jump shot, rolls around a few times, and he'll fall in. Martin now has 18. Now it's 50-36. Bertram being double teamed, breaks the pressure, brings across near midcourt, off to the right to Austin White. 1 minute left to go. Left in the go. Bertram didn't go for a shot. He'll throw it back out. Peters back to Bertram at the right wing. Neil been double teamed. Now over to Seth Peters with it. Back out to Rowden. Bertram over to White. Underneath real quickly. Here's a quick layup and good by Seth Peters. He now has 6, and now it's 52-36. Under 30 seconds remaining. Here's a long 3, and good this time for Cody Brewer. His first 3 tonight. Now it's 52-39. Bertram brings across here to midcourt. He'll stop here, trying to burn some time off the clock. Under 10 seconds. Now he'll go over to Seth Peters. 3 seconds left. And it looks like that'll be it. Our final score tonight, the Greenbrier Panthers defeat the Vilonia Eagles 52-39. With the win, the Greenbrier Panthers improved to 2-6 in conference play, but for the Vilonia Eagles, they fall in 1-6 in the 5A West Conference. We'll take this break and be back with your post-game show as you're listening to Class 5A High School Senior Boys Basketball on CSN.
GCC is the place to take your vehicle when it's a disgrace. New paint, new parts is just the start. Friendly professional service is the art. GCC is all you need to put you back in the driver's seat.
A presentation of the Creative Sports Television Network presents the Class 5A Senior Boys High School Basketball. As tonight, we should have a good win here at Panther Pavilion at Greenbrier High School. Be the Greenbrier Panthers taking on the Vilonia Eagles. And we got both teams playing. It should be a good matchup. Both teams are in last place in the 5A West Conference. And bragging rights for the winner of tonight's game. This will be the battle for Faulkner County. So we'll go ahead and take this break. When we come back, we'll get you the starting lineups and the tip-off of tonight's senior boys basketball game. You're listening to 5A High School Senior Boys Basketball on the Creative Sports Television Network. And welcome back here at Panther Pavilion in our post-game show. And we're now speaking with the winning coach, Coach Jason Johnson of the Greenbrier Panthers. Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight, defeating Vilonia 52-39. What's your thoughts on this big conference win?
Well, it's a big win for us. First game on the second part of the round robin. And, we've kind of struggled in the first part and with a 1-6 record. So, this is the way we wanted to start. We're still in postseason play if we can take care of business, and we just told the kids all night long that you seniors especially, if you didn't want to go out losing to Vilonia on the last time you played them.
I know throughout the game y'all started building momentum and started building y'all's lead, but you have to say that 3-point shot by Talbot at the buzzer was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
It really was. I mean, I didn't really have time to let it soak in. I was thinking about the two possessions before that and how we kind of broke down several places defensively, So, once the horn sound, I'm getting ready to get to the locker room and start making changes. And the halftime score was 29-22. Y'all had a 7-point lead in the third period. Seemed like it was a big period for your team as y'all had a great night of scoring. Colt Harner especially had a great night. Yes, he did. Colt's, a kid that's back out playing for us, and he brings a lot of athletic ability. We try to use him in that regard, use his athletic ability to get to the rim and make plays, and tonight was a good night for him. And your next opponent, who's your next opponent, Coach? Our next opponent is Alma at Alma. It's going to be a tough game. They beat us here the first time, so we're looking to seek revenge on them. And hopefully the snow will keep away so you get to get another game in. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the snow, we're all watching that. We don't want to have to, crowd our games there at the end before the state tournament. So, we really want to try to get that game in because we already have one we have to make up with Siloam. Well, Coach, congratulations on the win, and good luck your next game against Alma Friday night, hopefully. All right, thank you. That's Coach Jason Johnson, the head boys basketball coach of the Greenbrier Panthers. We'll go ahead and wrap up this broadcast. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Josh Harrison saying once again our final score tonight. It was the Greenbrier Panthers 52 and the Vilonia Eagles 39. You've been watching the Class 5A Senior Boys High School Basketball on the Creative Sports Television Network.